Okay, so the process all starts with the lairage. The animals are rested. Animal welfare is absolutely critical, good animal welfare. The animals must be not stressed or put under stress. The lairage is designed to minimise any stress. So the animals walk carefully into the box. They can't see any other animals. Okay, they're stunned. They come out of the box and then they're bled and shackled up in the air. We don't use any water in the process. Everything is dry. For microbiology, we don't wash the carcass. If there is contamination, we remove from a knife. Water is enemy number one. Okay, where bacteria is concerned, the less water you use, the better. So when the animals are hung up after being stuck, they bleed. We're just about to have a low voltage electrical stimulator in. What that does is accelerate post-mortem glycolysis. How can I put that a simpler way? It accelerates the conditioning process that meat goes through. Okay, and that's another reason why the animals have to be relaxed and not stressed, because their cortisone and adrenaline levels are high and they burn muscle sugar. Okay, and the sugar, the glycogen in the muscle converts to lactic acid in the carcass, which is desirable because we're looking for a lower pH of about 5.6. In the live animal, the pH is about 7. It's like neutral. Okay. The slaughtermen have to wash themselves and sterilise the knives continuously through the process. We have a veterinary officer on site all the time, who appears to be hiding, I don't know why. Moves in. This is our first stage of the chilling process. This is what we call the pre-chill. Okay? Now, this is very important because if you chill the carcass too fast, it arrests, it stops the conversion of the glycogen to lactic acid. Okay? This is what we call cold muscle shortening. Lots of companies, they just run their chiller at between 0 and 2 degrees and try and chill the carcass fast. This is a very, very bad move for meat quality. At this stage of the operation, we hold the carcass above 10 degrees for the first 12 hours. You'll notice it's quite warm in here. Okay? Every now and then the fans will cut on to get the air circulation, but it's very important we hold the carcass above 10 degrees for the first 12 hours. Okay? And the reason for that is all chemical processes are temperature reliant. If you change the temperature, you can increase or slow down the chemical process. What we want to do is enhance the chemical process where the glycogen turns to lactic acid. Okay? This is the pH, and that's why pH, it's like the litmus test, the number one test for meat quality. Okay? But if you chill too fast, which lots of companies do here in Kazakhstan, I've seen it, the chillers are too low for the first stage of the operation, okay? And what this relates to is eating quality, okay? If we chill the carcasses too fast, we don't get as a consistent, tender, succulent, flavoursome meat. What we end up with is a meat that's very tough, okay? Because even when it's cooked, okay? So on the carcasses, normally we've got carcass identification tags, but we've had a problem with our computer system this morning. We should be back online in a minute. And every carcass has a barcode for our traceability system. And with that traceability system, we can get back to the animal. All our products have got a unique number on, so the traceability goes all the way through the process. So when a customer receives a product, if they have a problem, if something's wrong, they can quote us the ID number on the pack. We put that ID number into our search engine and we know exactly what batch of animals or even what individual animal that came from. And that's very important for meat quality, because meat quality is about breeding and feeding the animals. And in order to maximise eating quality, you need to have some control on what you feed your animals, the genetics of the animals. So it's all relative, okay? So traceability is very important in a modern meat plant today. Right, so if you look at the carcass, you'll see a nice cover of fat, okay? And you'll see on the end of what we call the spinous processes, you'll see some white cartilage, Bailey cartilage. That's an indication of a young animal. Okay? If it was an older cow or something like that, this cartilaginous tissue ossifies, it turns to bone. It's like us, as we get older, we get stiffer, and do you know what I mean? And so you lose your flexibility, and the reason you lose your flexibility is because this cartilaginous tissue ossifies, it turns to bone. Okay? Now, when you're looking, and also you'll see the cartilage tissue on what we call the H-bone or the pelvic bone up there. And if you look at the hind quarter, it's well fleshed, it's a nice broad back, nice shoulders. This is what we call a steer, which is a castrated male. The reason that we castrate the animals when they're younger, okay, it's quite a painless process, is because young bulls have got testosterone. Young bull meat does not eat the same as steer meat, okay? It's also characterised by having a big neck, and it's very lean, you don't get the cover of fat, okay? And that's because the testosterone of the young bulls, entire males with the testicles, is in the meat, okay? It's a natural hormone produced by the testes, but what it does, it causes the animals to be more muscled. If they've got more denser muscle means more connective tissue, and the connective tissue is related to the tenderness of the product, okay? Another way to tell an animal's age is by its dentition, okay? So we can check the heads, we look at the teeth. But this is a good indicator. If you've only got the carcass to look at, if you want to know if it's a cow, look here. If this white area is very small and it's nearly all bone, it's an old animal, okay? And old animals eat tough, okay? Unless you cook them extremely slowly. That tells you that the dry aged chiller is working perfect, okay? So this meat here, if you look, all our meats, it's all barcoded. Every position has got a number, and we know exactly the location of the products in the chiller, okay? And it tells us when it's ready. This is drying out. You see how that's gone dry, and it's black. Okay.
What?
No, it's not a mold. It's like salt's coming out of the meat.
Salt? It's natural salt.
Yeah. It's coming out. Yeah. It's not a mold. Okay. This is beautiful dry age products. We dry age the rib and the loin. See, everything has a unique tag on. Everything's tagged up. We do T-bones. We do ribeye steak, cowboy steak. But it's a very, very high quality product. And what we're aiming for here is to deliver a perfect eating experience every time. Okay, and one of the characteristics about dry aged meat when you're eating it is that it's a richer flavour, it's more tender. The fat in particular has like a buttery flavour, and the meat is a little bit nutty. It's a little bit stronger beef flavour, and some people say it's a little bit like a nutty flavour. But we will dry age anywhere we can do between 21 and 40 days in this chiller, no problem at all, because the conditions are perfect and we have to monitor everything all the time. This is a very tight pack. There's a lot of people use vacuum packers. But the most important thing with the vacuum packer is the power of the seal, the ability for the machine to suck the air out, and also the quality of the seal. Okay? Right, this is our team.
Это вот наша команда.
Okay. We've got Talgat, he's been with us 12 months. We've got the lady with the orange hat on there. This is Adana, she's in charge of the QC. She's watching everything. And everyone's scared of Adana. We've got Azamat Sabona. We've got Dima. Say hi, Dima. We've got Mad Max. We got Mad Max, yeah. We got Ojan. I always Ojan, and we've got our master butcher, and Dima's a master butcher as well. Kareem. We've got Gulmira too. We've got Singbad. Okay, but we are a team and we all work together as a team. It's very important when you produce quality, it's done by a team of people, not one person. If people work here, they're part of the quality assurance team. Dana's checking it, but everybody knows quality first, okay? So we've got a good team, okay. Thank you.
We are a team.
Yeah, good.
Thank you.